Hey, welcome back to the channel, Tea Times for Two, Golf Travel for Couples. Hey, I'm Scott, and today we're in San Jose del Cabo at Club Campestre, and we're going to rate the golf course and answer the question, is Club Campestre a hidden gem in Cabo San Lucas area? So stay tuned. Welcome back. For those of you new to the channel, we rate each golf course and resort based on 5 categories. Category 1 is the layout of the golf course and the playability for players of all levels, whether it be the low handicap player or the high handicap player. Category 2 is the aesthetics or the beauty of the golf course and the resort. Category 3 are the course conditions. How well is the course kept from the cart paths to the tees to the greens to the fairways and the general look of the resort. Category 4 are the amenities. What all amenities are provided not only by the golf course, but if it's a stay and play resort, what amenities are provided there? Are there other things besides golf for the non-golfer there? And then category 5, and probably the most important for you couples out there, is value or bang for your buck. So let's get started. All right, category 1, layout and playability. We're going to give layout for Club Campestre 4 stars. And playability for all levels of player, especially high handicap players, we're going to give it 5 stars. This Jack Nicklaus design, as you can see on the scorecard behind me here, runs from the front tees from 4,700 yards all the way to almost 7,000 yards from the back tees. Cheryl and I both enjoyed the layout. It was a good mix of holes. It's not too long for the high handicapper, which makes it playable with pretty wide fairways. Really, the premium at Club Campestre is the second shot, as is the case with a lot of Nicklaus courses. So you've got room off the tee, which makes it playable for the higher handicap player. There's some pretty good elevation changes on the golf course, which provided some really good views. You can see the Sea of Cortez and the mountains all throughout the golf course, which was a pleasant surprise for us. The greens have pretty good sized swales in them, which was pretty indicative of a Jack Nicklaus course as well. Lots of bunkers, but most of the holes you had an alleyway that you could bounce the ball in. So it provided a pathway to play rather than having to fly over everything, which again is good for a higher handicap player. Category 2, aesthetics or wow factor. We're going to give Club Campestre 4 stars. It was a pleasant surprise. I wasn't sure about this course come in. I'd watched a couple of other videos on the golf course to get some kind of idea, but wasn't sure what to expect. But both of us, I think, were pleasantly surprised. The first 2 holes, you play down toward the ocean and you got or the Sea of Cortez, and you got some great views there, especially when we played. We were the first tee time out and the sun was just coming up. So you're teeing off into the rising sun out over the Sea of Cortez was, as you can see on videos, is really pretty. Lots of elevation changes, as I said before, where you got some dramatic views of the Sea of Cortez in the background. Some of our favorite holes of the layout would be number 1, definitely, is a short downhill par 4 that you can hit pretty much anything you want off the tee box, and you're playing it down toward the Sea of Cortez. And as you can see here, we played it the very first tee time out, and the sun was just coming up. It was gorgeous. Number 5, the short par 4 that is drivable if you want to take that. It's a good risk reward hole. As you can see here, I think I was maybe 20 yards, 30 yards off the front of the green with my tee shot, but you could lay back and hit a wedge in. It's a great hole, and Nicklaus is known for his risk reward holes. He had a couple on Quivera that I just love. So this was pretty similar. Right after that, number 6, a short par 3. You can see here with views of the Sea of Cortez in the background. Again, I think that was one of Cheryl's favorite holes. Then you get to number 8, another drivable par 4 with lots of options, and you've got the mountains in the background and water kind of there on the right. I think I laid up short of the bunkers there, which is probably the smart play, but long hitters can carry those bunkers and you can get right up to the front edge of the green or even on the green if you're a long hitter. So again, it provides you lots of options. Number 9, a downhill par 3 toward the mountains. It's really long for the men. It plays much shorter for the women. It's a gorgeous golf hole. 13, another one of the beautiful holes, downhill par 3 over water, which you can see here. The views are incredible there. Number 14 was one of our favorite holes. That was a good hole you can see in the background here. 17, gorgeous views in this downhill par 5 back toward the Sea of Cortez. You could get there in 2, but there's no reason to try, no risk. You just lay up and pitch on. 18, again, is a great view of the sea on a downhill par 4. It's a great finishing hole. Just loved the aesthetics of this course. We were really pleasantly surprised, and we were really glad we played this one. So 4 stars for aesthetics. All right, moving on to category 3, course conditions. We're going to give Club Campestre 4.5 stars. We played the course in January, and the conditions were extremely good. I said we were both of us were pleasantly surprised how good the conditions were, given the cost of Club Campestre compared to some of the other courses we played in Cabo. It truly was in excellent shape. The greens and fairways, tee boxes are paspalum, and if you've watched our other videos, you've heard me rave about that grass. I love that grass. We played it in Myrtle Beach. We played it in the Bahamas. We played it here in Cabo. We played it in Curacao. Just absolutely love the lies you get off of it. Smooth putting. It's like putting on really fine AstroTurf. It's really, really good. I love playing on it. The greens, a lot of swell to them, a lot of movement to them, but they were in excellent conditions and putted extremely well. But they weren't too fast for Cheryl, who was it's a higher handicap golfer. So all in all, course conditions, 4.5 stars. We were really impressed with the condition of the course. Category 4, amenities. We're going to give Club Campestre 3 stars. There weren't any comfort stations on the course like Puerto Los Cabos or Quivero or Rancho San Lucas, some of the other courses in the area. So, you don't have that. The pro shop was okay, but it wasn't anything special. For visitors like us, there was no resort amenities like you would have at other places like Quivero had, or some of the places we play like Bandon Dunes, other places like that. So it was basically just golf, but the golf was very good. But as far as amenities, there wasn't much else for the visiting golfer. I guess if you were a resident or a member, they had tennis and they had pool and that kind of stuff. But there was no stay and play type thing there, unless I guess you stayed in one of the Airbnb condos there. For value, probably 3 stars, maybe 4, but we'll go with 3. For Cabo, it's on the lower end of the price scale. I think it cost us, it was $260 between 7 and 12 in the morning, and then from 12:30 to 1:30-ish, it was $220. And then if you played after 1:30, I think it went down to $195. So, compared to things you're playing stateside, it's probably not as good a value, but compared to some of the other places you play in Cabo, it was less expensive. But having said that, the course layout and the course conditions were as nice as a couple of the other courses we played, which were much more expensive. So now you're not getting the comfort stations and some of the amenities you're getting at the other courses. But if you want to go play a good golf course in good shape, it's going to challenge your game, but have great views to go with it, it's a good place. All right, so before we give you our overall ratings on Club Campestre in San Jose del Cabo, let's get some of Cheryl's thoughts on the course. So what'd you think of this Jack Nicklaus layout?
I loved it. This one was closer to the airport, about 15 minutes. So,
yeah, real close to the airport.
It's going to be a little bit more towards the activity of the city, I guess, right? San Jose.
Yeah, it's real close to San Jose del Cabo. Yeah,
but still beautiful views of the ocean. Sea of Cortez, you could still see beautiful views of that. The course itself, I thought was pretty good for a woman, don't you think?
I thought, it had multiple set of tees, and then it wasn't really long. Again, the par 5s, there was a couple of longer ones, but we just made your own tee box for that. So,
and the staff there was really nice. They actually even let us get out ahead of a member group, I believe. Was
Yeah, we
able to
weren't scheduled to go
so,
off for another hour, but there was a big
mm,
group, members group going off, and they let
mhm.
us go. We had the first tee
Yep.
time. In fact, if you see the video, I'm teeing off, and the sun's just coming up over
Yeah,
the Sea of Cortez in the
beautiful.
distance. Yeah,
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 which we love. We love being out first early,
yeah,
for
because we
sure.
played less than 3 hours.
Yeah,
But,
we did. That was nice. And then we were able to go enjoy San Jose for lunch,
oh,
which
oh,
all about
I
food.
could do a whole video series on the places to eat in San Jose del Cabo. The food is incredible. And if you go to Cabo and you don't make your way over there, you're really missing out.
Mhm.
It's worth the 40-minute drive or whatever. There's amazing. And then what is it? Thursday nights, I guess, is when they have the
Yeah,
music and the arts
yeah,
festival out there in downtown. And we went down and ate it. Had molcajete. That was so good.
it's good.
Yeah, San Jose
Yeah,
is
it was
great.
good.
So anyway, back to the course.
So no comfort station.
This, yeah, this would,
Why we go enjoy the lunch in San Jose. I was hungry. Didn't have a comfort station. Yeah.
yeah. If she hadn't have played this one after we played
Yeah.
Puerto Los Cabos or Quivira, she probably would have enjoyed it more. But yeah, we didn't have the comfort stations. But then we took care of that and we went into town.
That's okay. Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. I mean, I was spoiled by the first couple of ones, and then I
Mm.
thought, oh, where is it? But it's okay. It's still a beautiful course. Still has everything you need. Um, like I said, staff is great. The views are great. So, you know,
All right. So what would you give it? How many stars would you give it?
I would probably give it 4 stars.
4 stars?
Mhm.
It needed the comfort stations for
Yeah.
the 5. Yeah, I would give it 4 stars as well, which was a pleasant surprise for me because I hadn't heard much about it. I watched one of the videos on YouTube, 2 kids playing it, and I thought, that's pretty good shape. And I was pleasantly surprised at the condition. The condition was impeccable. It was in great shape. The layout was really good, which you expect with a Jack Nicklaus layout. Again, paspalum grass, so you had great lies all day, good views of the mountains and the sea, and it was close to the airport. So if you were coming into town, you get one of those early flights and you want to play before you head to your resort or your hotel, it's a great stop. Uh, it's a must play. I liked it better than some of the other ones that were more expensive. Like we'll talk in one of our later videos, but it's on the lower end of the price scale as far as Cabo goes, which is by no means cheap. But if you're going to play golf in Cabo, it'd definitely be one of the ones you'd want to play. So, in answering the question we posed at the beginning of the video, is Club Campestre a hidden gem in the Cabo area? And absolutely, definitely a must player. Some other courses that are close to it are much more expensive, but it's in much better shape, and the staff was really, really good to us. So, highly recommend it.
As always, remember if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe below. That way we can keep providing more content to couples like us who love to play golf and travel.
And stay tuned for the next video in our Cabo series as we rate and play Cabo Real golf course. So we'll see you on the next tee.